Alright, what's up, everybody? Good afternoon, and welcome to another box opening with the boys. Today we have 4 Kahldheim Prerelease Packs. This is technically pre-release weekend, even though Wizards of the Coast is not hosting any pre-release events. You should have still been able to go to your local store. Our local store, of course, is Dueling Land in Aurora, Colorado. Um, Go to your local store. You should be able to pick up draft booster boxes and pre-release kits. The rest of the Kahldheim products won't be available until release weekend, which is next weekend. But we got a few pre-release packs for a pre-release event at our house, and so we thought we would just open these on stream, give everyone a little taste of the newest Magic the Gathering set. So, without further ado, I'm going to open the first one, and then we'll turn the boys loose with 2 of their own. Well, one each of their own, and I'll open the last one here. So, without further ado, each pre-release kit is going to come with the outer packaging. Open it up. Inside, we have a spin-down dice, which has the Kahldheim logo on it. This one's green. Typically, they come in 5 colors. You're also going to get 6 packs, an insert that gives you an idea of what the set's all about, and a date-stamped foil promo, rare or mythic rare. This one is a red one named Arnie Brokenbrow. 2 mana, 3/3, with haste. You can boast him for 1. You may change Arnie Brokenbow's base power to 1+ the greatest power among other creatures you control until end of turn. And activate this ability only if this creature attacked this turn and only once each turn. So, also inside, you're going to get an arena code. This will unlock some packs on Arena for you. I'm not going to show you that code because I'm going to use the code. But maybe in the future we'll give them to someone or let that become available. This is a divider. Each pre-release pack box comes with a divider. And this is our Kahldheim insert. This is a cool picture here. And building your pre-release deck tips and tricks, and we're not going to actually be building a deck on stream, but we might that gives you the tools that you need to be able to do it anyway. So without further ado, actually I think I'll have the boys start by opening a couple packs each. They can go through the cards.
Alright. Look at all those nice faces. We got that, and a Tibble. And then, whatever that is. So, I'm going to go for a Tibble pack. See what this one is. Look at that first pack.
Oh, there it is. Okay, tilt it up so that they can see. Oh, there it is.
Alright, so this is Selvilla Ice Shaper. 3. Tap. Create a colorless snow artifact token named Icy Manolith with tap, add 1 mana of any color. Then we can pay 6 and Gruul. Tap. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may cast a spell from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. It's pretty cool. And then, yeah.
Go ahead. No, that's too high. Here. You want it right about here. There you go.
Carfell Harbinger. Tap, add blue. Spend this mana only to foretell a card from your hand or cast an instant or sorcery spell. Alright. Tormentor's Helm. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever a creature becomes blocked, it deals 1 damage to defending player. Equip 1. That is a cool card. Then we have Axgar Bargant Boast. 1 and a white. Untap him. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. Alright. Ooh, we got a snow creature. Flying. Snow tap. Draw a card, then discard a card. Nice. Another snow creature. Grim Daunter. Draugr. 1 snow. It gets +1/+0 and gains menace until end of turn. 3/2. Alright, not bad. Gnot Vold Recluse. Reach 4/2.
Looks like Keely and Jerry made it in. Hi guys, welcome to the stream.
This is it's a fun card. Frostbite. Deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If you control 3 or more snow permanents, it deals 3 instead. So, nice snow card there.
Oh, we got dueling land.
Hey Travis, welcome into the stream.
So, we have Augury Raven. Flying. Foretell. During your turn, you may pay 2 and exile this card.
Go ahead, keep reading.
And exile this card from your hand face down. Cast it on a later turn for its foretell cost.
Getting an echo. I'll see what I can do about that.
Code Spell Cleric. Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, if it was the second spell you cast this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That's a nice card. Ooh. Lidra Glade Warden. Challenging. Ooh. This card is every creature type. Nice. And then 2 and a green. Tap. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. Alright. Ooh. Nice. Blinding the old gods. So, turn 1, destroy target non-land permanent an opponent controls. That's good straight away. Search your life, and then for second, search your library for a forest card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. Alright. And then,
Did that help with the echo at all? Hopefully you guys can still hear us. Go ahead, keep going.
and then creatures you control gain death touch until end of turn. Wow, that's a really good card.
Thanks for the feedback, Keelia. We're trying out new software, new everything really. So Travis, to answer you, our promo date stamped foil card was Arnie Brokenbrow, and then he'll get to the other card that we pulled here in a second. Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah. So we have Accent of the Worthy. Ooh. So first and second are the same. Choose a creature you control until your next turn. All damage that would be dealt to creatures you control is dealt to that creature instead. And return for our third one. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a flying counter on it. That creature is an angel warrior in addition to its other types. Wow.
So I think that the sagas are all a little bit the same. A lot of them are create a creature, kind of buff the creature or draw a card, and then like a big finisher. Um, I think there's like 10 or so sagas total in the set. That being said, like they do add quite a bit of stuff to your decks. I mean, I kind of look at things more in a limited setting, since that's what I prefer to play. But they do all sort of act similarly.
All right. The Raven. The Raven's Warning. Create a 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying. You gain 2 life. That's a good turn 1. And then for a second one, whenever one or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player this turn, look at that player's hand and draw a card. That's cool. And then for our third, you may put a card you own from outside the game on top of your library.
Sideboard cards unlimited.
Wow. That's is pretty good, you know. And then of course, snow-covered mountain. And then of course that would trigger some of the other snow cards that we just got. And then, like we have seen before, the Svella Ice Shaper.
And that is a foil. It's a foil boy.
It's a foil special Kahldheim border. So yeah.
All right, let your brother get in here.
Yeah, and then a little token. Alright, let's just do this top one. Oh.
And that ticket was pretty good.
So, God's Hall Guardian. Nice. Strategic planning. That's a cool reprint. Fearless Pup. Story Seeker. Demonic Gifts. Snakeskin Veil. Code Spell Cleric.
Again.
Again. Bound in Gold, Shackles of Trickery, Ruined Crown, Rune of Mortality.
There's our first rune.
Nice, nice. Rootless You.
You!
You!
Flip.
This is a flip card. It's Cosmo, the god of voyage, that then flips to the Amonkel. Omenkel. That's pretty cool. Ooh, a dual land, Woodland Chasm.
I like these because you can search them up with fetch lands.
Okay.
Ooh,
Ooh,
another
a
foil.
Foil Saga, Blood Sky Massacre, and a human.
Human.
Alright, let's get into another pack here. This is not a card from the list. Just kidding. List cards aren't in these draft boosters. Depart the Realm. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Foretell, so you pay 2, like exile it face down, and pay 1 to play it. Immerstrom Raider. Doomscar Oracle. Dread Rider. King Harold's Revenge. We've got our first vehicle here. It's a 4/4 crew 3. Whenever it attacks, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield tapped. Squash. 6 damage to target creature or player. Grizzled Outrider. Bind the Monster. Starnheim Courser. 3 mana 2/2 flyer. Artifact and enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So this is going to work well with those sagas. Saw it coming. Target spell. Can foretell for an extra mana. Assault Ravager. Man, Giants are looking strong in red-blue. Draugr's Helm. Valky, God of Lies. This is another one of the gods. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent reveals their hand. For each opponent, exile a creature card they revealed its way until Valky leaves the battlefield. You may pay X, choose a creature card exiled with Valky with converted mana cost X. Valky becomes a copy of that card. So this is going to be an extended art card, and it is a flip card, which means on the back we have Tybalt. Tybalt went from one of the worst planeswalkers in Magic to one of the most powerful. This guy's a 7 mana, 5 loyalty planeswalker. As Tybalt enters the battlefield, you get an emblem with, you may play cards exiled with Tybalt, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. +2, exile the top card of each player's library. -3, exile target artifact or creature, and -8, exile all cards from all graveyards, add 3 red. And if you can ultimate that, then you get to cast all of those spells with the emblem that you get. Another dual snowland here that enters the battlefield tapped. So far, this is looking like a pretty strong kit.
Bergstrider. Seize the Spoils. Goldmod Champion. Grim Daunter. King Harold's Revenge. Elderleaf Mentor.
Yeah, it is kind of like Assassin's Creed. I mean, Kahldheim is a Viking set, so all of these cards should remind you of Vikings.
Frostbite. Raven Form. Giant Ox. Ooh. Bretgard Stronghold. Spectral Steel. Elven Bow. Sigurd God Favored. Nice. Flash First Strike protection from creatures. When enters, exile up to one target attacking or blocking creature until it leaves the battlefield. Alright. Our snow land, and then Immerstrun Rider. See what we got next.
Alright, so we got Undersea Invader. That guy looks fun. Craven Hulk. He can't block alone.
He is a giant coward.
Yes. Oh yeah, giant cow. Ooh, we got a 1-mana 1/2 flying first strike. Battlefield Raptor. Wither Crown. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has base power 0 and has at the beginning of your upkeep you lose 1 life unless you sacrifice this creature. That's gonna be a pain to deal with. For sure. Broken Wings.
Take these broken wings.
He does this every time.
You called it out.
Starhelm Corsair. Smashing success. Destroy target artifact or land. If an artifact is destroyed this way, create a treasure token. That's fun.
So you get a 1-mana discount.
Mm-hmm.
Well, rebate.
Infernal Pet. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it gains flying until end of turn.
Yeah, isn't he? What is he eating there?
A pixie, I think.
Oh, eating pixie wings.
Yep.
That's what do you do?
Ooh, Mistwalker. Our Snowland. It enters the battlefield tapped. As it enters the battlefield, choose a color. It taps to add any mana of the chosen color.
Some snow fixin' right there.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, the regular art.
Ooh, the Spella Ice Shaper. We've got a Frenzied Raider. And, Vengeful Reaper. Flying Death Touch Haste. Nice, nice. An Eska's Chariot. When it enters the battlefield, create two green cat creature tokens. Whenever it attacks, create a token that's a copy of target token you control.
So the cool thing here is it crews for 4. When it enters, you create two green cats, so it can crew. It creates the the pullers for the chariot. And if you attack with it once, even if they chump block it, you get to create a copy of the token. So 3 2/2s or any other token you have, and then you still have the tokens since you use them to crew it. They don't die. So pretty powerful card actually.
Mm-hmm. And then our Snow-Covered Mountain. That's fun. An emblem. Red.
For a Planeswalker we don't have.
For a Planeswalker we don't have.
Alright, last pack in this first pre-release kit. I think maybe green-white out of these decks. I don't know. This card pool, hard to tell when you're not opening all the packs and sorting them. Axguard Cavalry. Bezkir Shieldmate. Litjara Kinseekers. Lots of changelings in this in this set too. Death Knell Berserker. Horizon Seeker. Scorn Effigy. Foretell 0. So you pay the 2, exile it face down, and turn it up for 0. Roots of Wisdom. Smashing Success. Carfell Kennel Master. Stalwart Valkyrie. Icebind Pillar, Snow Artifact. Pay snow, tap target artifact or creature. So decent payoff in the snow deck. Skemfar Shadowshade Sage. Dual Strike. Another Blood Sky Massacre. And another dual Snowland. Zombie Berserker token. Alright, so that concludes pre-release pack 1. Let's see what we got. We'll let one of the guys choose another kit and see what we got in that.
Alright, so I'm going to choose this one.
Hopefully we get another dice card.
We usually just all get green. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's usually all green.
Woo! Got a blue one.
Blue.
We got blue.
I got... Ooh. Accented Spirit. Nice. That's a lot of snow.
Yeah, that's a snow.
So if you can get a lot of snow, this is a decent payoff. You want to read it?
Alright, so 1 blue mana, 1/1. 2 snow. Accent Spirit becomes a Spirit Warrior with base power and toughness 2/3. 3 snow. If Accent Spirit is a warrior, put a flying counter on it and it becomes a Spirit Warrior Angel with base power and toughness.
So you have it's like a level up card where you can't just pay 3 snow. You got to pay in succession, which is good because you're not going to have all that snow on the first, second, or third turn.
And base power and toughness 4. Then for our final 4 snow, if it is an angel, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it, and it gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Wow, that's a lot of snow going into snow, and leveling up. So I think after 4, it would be a flying. Doesn't that gain
6/6.
be a flying 6/6? Holy cow! Holy cow! Holy cow!
Yeah, for all you constructed players out there, I think there's definitely a deck to be had with that.
No kidding.
Nice payoffs for snow decks. Go ahead.
Alright, I'm going to open Tibble Pack again. Alright, I'm going to open a Tibble packet. So, move those down here. And so, Fearless Pup, God's Hall Guardian. Nice. Undersea Invader, Draugr, Recluter, 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 Recluter M- Mammoth growth.
From Ice Age. When was that? 100 years ago? I heard that if you were playing in tournaments, that you can tell a judge that all the lands in your deck should be considered snow lands. I don't know if that's true or not, but in constructed, I heard that that's something that you're allowed to do. In limited, it's my understanding that whatever you get in your pool is what you can use for snow lands. So much harder to build that snow deck in sealed or draft.
Alright, so Mistwalker, Infernal Pet, eating some more pixies.
102. So freaking old.
So, this is a non-basic snowland. Shimmer Draft Veil. When it enters the battlefield tapped, as it enters, choose a color. This will tap for 1 mana of any color of the chosen color, and I do believe that it will still tap for snow because it is a snow land.
It does count towards your snow land, yes.
It's a cool thing. So, Dusk Wielder, Dwarven Reinforcements.
There you go, Kelia, for your dwarf deck.
This art looks cool. Borg the Tyrant Sword.
Let's get a good look at that art. So, forging the Tyrite sword. There you go. All right.
And then for 1 and 2, it says create a treasure token. And then for 3, we have search your library for a card named Halarvar, God of Battle, or an equipment card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. So it'll definitely get you a creature, or it'll search for that creature, or you can get an enchantment.
An equipment.
Oh, an equipment, whatever. Provoke the trolls. Poison the cup.
Good efficient removal.
Ooh. Reflections of Lichara. Ooh, some of that snowland. Yeah.
Now, can I try and say that one? Volatile Fjord.
Oh.
Alrighty then. It's a list card.
Wow, that'd be kind of funny.
That would be hilarious.
It'd
Okay.
be awesome because it'd be mine.
It's a
Got it.
a disdainful stroke. It's another counterspell. That's cool. Redneck Berserker.
Breakneck Berserker.
Oh, break.
It is red, but he's not a redneck.
Breakneck Berserker. Warhorn Blast. We've got Dread Rider. That's some cool art on it. Icehide Troll. It's a 2/3 for 3. And 2 snow. It gets +2/+0 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. Stalwart Valkyrie. That's also very cool art. Dusk Wielder. Salruf's Packmate. Open the Omen Paths. Whoa. Choose one. Add 2 mana of any color and 2 mana of any other color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature or enchantment spells. Creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. That's pretty cool. A Frostspark Yeti. I think I just like the art in general for this set.
Yeah, they Viking art is definitely neat. Another rune.
Another rune. Whoop. Arnie slays the troll. Yay! Target creature you control fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Add a red, put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature you control. And for the last one, you gain life equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. I think that's pretty cool. Especially the name.
For 2 mana, not too bad.
Port of Cafel. Nice. And our rare is Mystic Reflection. Choose target non-legendary creature. The next time one or more creatures or planeswalkers enter the battlefield this turn, they enter as copies of the chosen creature. And then a snow-covered island.
Oh, that's why that one didn't. Our token was a placekeeper for a modal dual face card, which is why it had the back of a normal card instead of the back of a token. It was definitely not a list card. Alright. Cinderheart Giant. Oh, wait a minute. Trample 7/6. When it dies, it deals 7 damage to a creature on an opponent controls, chosen at random. Story Seeker. Strategic Planning. 2 mana. Sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Koma's Faithful. Another Icehide Troll. Funeral Longboat. It's a 3/3 with Vigilance and cruise for 1. Only 1 person going on that ride. Sculptor of Winter. Untap target snowland. So this is a little bit of an enabler for those snow strategies. Shackles of Treachery. Elderleaf Mentor. Agar the Freezing Flame. See, Giants and Wizards in red-blue this time. Whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess damage, if a giant, wizard, or spell you control dealt damage to it this turn, draw a card. Ooh, here's a showcase art. Cole the Forge Master, red and white legendary dwarf 2/2. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, if it was enchanted or equipped, return it to its owner's hand. Creature tokens you control that are enchanted or equipped get +1/+1. Guess you'll have to go red-white with your dwarves, Kelia. Thirtland Frostpire. Showdown of the Scalds. Number 1, exile the top 4 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. 2 and 3, whenever you cast a spell this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Highland Forest, dual Snowland. Ooh, and a foil Binding the Old Gods. I think this is one we've already taken a look at.
Yeah.
Human Warrior. All right.
Right. Okay. Let's go with the middle. Because all we got is that other one. So. All right. Hey Patrick, look, it's the redneck berserker.
Okay.
Boy, there's going to be a lot of rednecks in this deck.
Warhorn Blast. Brine Barrow Intruder. Coma's Faithful. Another Icehide Troll.
Well, I think that's 3 of those in this pool.
We got a Yeti. Invoke the Divine. Sarulf's Packmate. Jarl of the Forsaken. Jarl. Open the Omen Paths. Vengeful Reaper. Breedgar Stronghold. Spectacular. Oh. Spectral Steel. Ooh. Flip card. So this is a legendary creature god. It is Rindane, God of the Worthy. Flying Vigilance. Snowlands your opponent control enter the battlefield tapped. Boy, that'll slow down a snow deck. Non-creature spells your opponents cast with converted mana cost 4 or greater cost 2 more to cast. Dang.
Shutting them down.
6
Flip it.
mana.
What's on the
Oh
back?
yeah. It's a flip card. And then for our flip, it flips to Valkyria Protector's Shield. Legendary artifact. If a source an opponent controls would deal damage to you or a permanent you control, prevent 1 of that damage. Whenever you or another permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell or ability unless its controller pays 1. Wow, that is just some nope, and nope.
Well, it is a shield.
Yeah. Fair, but like the whole card is just no. Shutting down everybody and everything.
Nope.
Sulphurous Mire. Ooh, look at that treasure. Pretty cool.
Let's see. Mists of Lijara. Litjara. It's a Haggy mob. Master Scald.
There's another dwarf. White dwarf.
White dwarf. Draugr Thought Thief. That's pretty cool. Death Knell Berserker. When it dies, if its power is 3 or greater, create a 2/2 black zombie berserker. Creature token.
My love for you is ticking clock berserker.
Not Void Recluse. Sculptor of Winter. That's cool. You can tap it to untap target Snowland.
Yeah, there's quite a few elves in this set too.
Feed the Serpent. Exile target creature or planeswalker. Wow.
Yeah, premium removal right there.
Vault Robber, another red dwarf. Iron Verdict. It deals 5 damage to target creature.
Tapped creature.
Tapped creature and foretell. During your turn, you may pay 2 and exile this card from your hand face down.
Yeah, the girls do think it's sexy. I can't sing the other verses in that song.
Yeah, Maja Bretgard Protector. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 white human creature token. Avalanche Caller. That's cool. And then Gates of Istvel. Oh, we got the border thing. Sigrid God Favored. Flash first strike protection from god creatures. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target attacking or blocking creature until it leaves the battlefield. It's a 2/2.
Yeah, that's pretty
dope.
powerful.
Mm-hmm. A snow-covered forest. And Coma's Coil.
I don't think we've gotten many foils in this set, this pre-release pack. Clerks is a classic movie, Travis. Thank you for pointing that out. In fact, it might be one of my favorite movies all time, certainly in the top 5. But I also have a soft spot for Mallrats. They're like 1A, 1B. So if you were holding a gun to my head, I don't know if I would be able to pick between the two. So here is our giant coward. He cannot block alone. He is such a coward. Craven Hulk. Battlefield Raptor. Bergstrider, another snow creature. When it enters, tap target artifact or creature an opponent controls. If snow was spent to cast a spell, that permanent doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. And at 5 mana, there is a good chance that in your snow deck, you will be able to cast this with snowlands. So, Death Knell Berserker, Notvold Recluse, Raven Form, Giant Ox, 0/6. Giant Ox cruise vehicles using its toughness rather than its power. So this is funny because there is actually a vehicle in the set that cruise with 6, and the Giant Ox pulls it. Another Sculptor of Winter. Another Feed the Serpent. Wow. Hailstorm Valkyrie, 4 mana, 2/2 flying trample, pay 2 snow. Hailstorm Valkyrie gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Litjara Mirror Lake. So all of these cards that have the funky names on them, they're each the names of different realms. And from what I understand, there are 10 different realms. And they each have their own special characteristics. I believe in this set, they really only dive into about 5 of the 10 realms. So, hopefully when they go back to Kahldheim, we'll get the rest of them. Carter Doomscourge, 4 mana, 4/3. When Carter enters the battlefield, until your next turn, creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able, and attack a player other than you if able. Whenever an attacking creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
Wow.
And Dragger Necromancer, 4 mana, 4/4. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile that card with an ice counter on it. You may cast spells from among cards in exile your opponent's own with ice counters on them, and you may spend mana from snow sources as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. Sulphurous Mine, and there it is, another foil. Stalwart Valkyrie. So that concludes our second pre-release kit. Technically, this is pre-release weekend for Kahldheim. So hopefully you picked up your product, your sealed product from your favorite local game store. Our favorite local game store is Dueling Land in Aurora, Colorado. That's where we got these pre-release kits from. And speaking of Kaldheim release, next weekend, Friday night at 6:30 and Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m., we will be hosting a release event and we'll be using the pre-release kits. Not these kits, obviously, they've got a bunch more set aside. But if you're in the area and you're interested in coming down to do a release event, uh, consider checking out Dueling Land. Next weekend, they will also have all of the product for Kaldheim available for purchase. So if there's something you're looking for, they already have a bunch of singles that they've opened. Um, Reach out, contact them, and see if you can get your hands on some Kaldheim. Now let's open our next pre-release kit.
Alrighty then. Choose this one. Alright, so opening up the pre-release kit. We got a blue dice. Aww.
2 blue, I like that better than green.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Our foil is Solruf Realm Eater. That's kind of cool. Whenever a permanent an opponent controls is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, if it has one or more +1/+1 counters on it, you may remove all of them. If you do, exile other non-land permanents with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of counters removed this way.
So it's a board wipe that you get to control to an extent.
We'll go with a different fact. Let's see what this is all about. Valor of the Worthy. Depart the realm. Emerge some raider. When it enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. King Harold's Revenge. Dread Rider. Ravenous Lidworm. Squash.
Splat.
Cursplat. Invoke the Divine. Destroy target artifact or enchantment you gain for life. Solruf's Packmate. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Look at the moon in that, though. That's pretty dope.
Reminds me of some of those shirts we used to wear like in middle school. My brother only wore those shirts. Wolf shirts, howling at the moon.
Jarl of the Forsaken. Frostpire Arcanist. Arcanist? We'll go with Arcanist. Giant Wizard. Ooh. Narfi, Betrayer King. With the cool border. Legendary snow creature. Other snow and zombie creatures you control get +1/+1. Tap 3 snow, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
Nice.
That is cool.
It's a pretty powerful lord.
Mm-hmm.
And the art's great.
For sure. Spirit of Aldergard. Aldergard. Firja's Retribution. That looks fun to mess with people with. Arctic Treeline. Another snowland. And Foretell. That's cool.
Send them to the Foretell Zone.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Axe Guard Cavalry, God's Hall Guardian, Strategic Planning, Fearless Pup, Icehide Troll, Wither Crown, King Harold's Revenge. Man, he must be really angry. We pulled him like plenty. Frostbite, Augury Raven, Code Spell Cleric. Whoop whoop, another rune. Rune of Sustenance. Withered Rhinestone. 2 runes of Sustenance. Ooh, Battle Mammoth. So 5 mana, trample. Whenever a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. Foretell. Dang.
Yeah, it looks like a powerful card, especially in limited. So with the Sarolf and that Mammoth, this field pool is looking a lot like it's going to be in green somehow. So what do you guys think your favorite mechanic is in the set so far? We've got Foretell, we've got Boast, we've got a lot of Snow Synergy stuff. Best Cure Shieldmate's our first card here. Carfell Harbinger, Snakeskin Veil, Demonic Gifts, Raven Wings, not as good as Broken Wings. Struggle for Skemfar. Skemfar is one of our realms. Annul. Helia says boasting is fun. Yeah, I mean, certainly if you're on the beatdown, boasting would be great. Ravenous Lindworm. Squash. Raider's Carve. Axguard Armory. So we haven't really talked about these lands. So this one enters the battlefield tap. You tap it for white. You pay a colorless 2 red and a white, tap it, sack it, search your library for an aura card and or equipment card, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. So late game, great way to add more cards to your hand. Finn the Fangbearer in that showcase art. 2 mana, 1/3 Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. Crush the Weak. Rise of the Dreadmarn. 3 mana instant, create X 2/2 black zombie berserker creature tokens, where X is the number of non-token creatures that died this turn. And you can foretell it for 1, so you pay the same cost. Highland Forest, and an elf creature token.
Alrighty then. We'll see what's popping up with this. I can open it. Wings of the Cosmos is our first card. We've got Brian Barrow Intruder. Plus Scary Firewalker. No. I'm not gonna. No!
These broken wings! Told you, Broken Wings is better.
Okay. Grim Drawer. Raven Form. Bound in Gold. Feed the Serpent.
Can't believe that's that common.
You must be hungry.
The cost is a little bit.
No, it was the same mana cost, but you gain, I think, 2 life back in Kaladesh, I believe that card was in. And that was at rare. This one's at common for like the same card.
Yeah. Arachnoform. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2, has reach, and is every creature type.
There you go.
There you go. Frost Arger.
Boing, they hit the camera again.
Invasion of the Giants. Another saga. Rune of Speed.
So I think we've almost seen all the runes now.
Ooh, it Cosmia, God of the Voyage. It's a legendary creature that flips. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile it. If you do, it gains whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control. If it is exiled, you may put a voyage counter on it. If you don't, return it to the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it, and draw X cards, where X is the number of voyage counters on it.
Wow, what's on the back?
The Amonkil.
Yeah, I think that we already got this card in one of the other sealed pools, but not the showcase art. That's stunning.
Yeah, for real. I like the boat on it.
The boat.
We got a Snowfield Sinkhole, another dual snowland. Foil King Harold's Revenge.
He is real pissed.
Or something.
Yeah, those showcase arts are just stunning.
Okay. Take that one. Alright, starting up with Strategic Planning, Fearless Pup. How many of these have I pulled? 21. Oh, feels like it.
I see cat, mate.
Undersea Invader, Demonic Gifts, Icehide Troll.
We've seen a lot of those Icehide trolls too.
Weighed Down, Frostbite, Augury Raven, Gates of Its Fell, Rune of Might, The Three Seasons, Maskwood Nexus, Snow-Covered Swamp, Annual. Foil Annual. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell. Bam.
That might actually be a pretty powerful card in this set, considering all the sagas, all the vehicles, equipment, all those things. That might actually be a pretty strong card if you're in blue. Last pack from this pre-release kit, and then we have one more kit to go before we end our stream and start building our pre-release decks. All right, so see if I can get this right. Story Seeker, Undersea Invader. It has flash, but it enters tapped. So I don't understand the point of that. Craven Hulk, you giant coward. Death Knell Berserker. Take these broken wings. I think I would almost rather play this than the Annul, because this hits more things. Well, creatures with flying. Behold the Multiverse. 4 mana, scry 2, then draw 2 cards, and you can foretell it for 2 and the 1 and a blue. So that's pretty powerful if you can add the payment plan there. Grizzled Outrider. Revitalize. Gain 3 life, draw a card. I'm not sold on that. Carfell Kennelmaster. Scorn Effigy. Litjar Mirror Lake. Usher of the Fallen. Hailstorm Valkyrie. Herald Unites the Elves. 2 black-green. The first one is mill 3 cards. You may put an elf or Tyvar card from your graveyard onto the battlefield. Number 2, put a +1/+1 counter on each elf you control. Number 3, whenever an elf you control attacks this turn, target creature an opponent controls gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Alpine Meadow and Dwarf Berserker. So that, like I said, that ends our third kit. Time for the last kit here. Three blue. Boy, we were complaining about getting green dice. Oh, this one's missing some paint. It's only half an axe.
Nice.
Guess I'll have to turn that loose with my son. He paints models. I'm sure he can help me out here. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Our date stamp foil promo is Yorn, God of Winter. If I can get this without the glare. 3 mana, 3/3. When Yorn attacks, untap each snow permanent you control. On the back, 3 mana, snow artifact, but on the back, it's 1 and a blue and a black. On the front, Yorn is green. So unless you're running 3 colors, you're going to have to choose, which one you want to run. This one says tap. You may play target snow permanent card from your graveyard this turn. If you do, it enters the battlefield tapped. So, blue. This is another situation where a lot of these flip legendary god creatures are going to be great in constructed decks because the front side works really well with the back side. But in a limited setting, you're probably just not going to be getting, 2+ copies of it in your sealed pool, or even in a draft. But still, loving that foil. All right. Tuskiri Firewalker. Axgard Braggart. Depart the Realm. Immerstrom Raider. Glitterfrost. Enchant Land. Enchanted land is snow. Whenever Enchanted Land is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional 1 mana of any color. And since it's a snow permanent, that counts as Snowland. So this is good fixing for that snow deck if you're going to try and build that in limited. Grim Draugr. Iron Verdict. Dogged Pursuit. Enchantment. 4 mana. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Gold Vein Pick. This is kind of a unique equipment. So 2 mana and 1 equip cost. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure. So the pick is digging treasure out of the mountainside. Weathered Runestone. Non-land permanent cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. Bloodline Pretender. 2/2 changeling. As it enters, choose a creature type. Whenever another creature of the chosen type enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Bloodline Pretender. He's a changeling. Valkyrie Sword. So this cycle of equipment is also fairly unique. So it's 1 and a white for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+1, and you equip for 3. But when Valkyrie Sword enters the battlefield, you may pay 4 and a white. If you do, create a 4/4 white angel warrior creature token with flying and vigilance, then attach Valkyrie's sword to it. So, for 7 mana, you get a 6/5 a 6/5 white angel warrior creature token with flying and vigilance. Turgid, God of Fright, showcase art. 3 black, 4/5 with menace. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent or discards a permanent card, you may put that card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You're stealing their stuff. On the back is Turgrid's Lantern. 3 and a black, legendary artifact. Tap, target player loses 3 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card, and you can pay 4, untap the Lantern. So you could do it to him twice in the same turn. That's pretty powerful. I'm into that. Snow-covered island, and, Cyclone Summoner, 7 mana, 7/7. When Cyclone Summoner enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, return all permanents to their owner's hands, except for giants, wizards, and lands. So, this card is a lot like Stormtide Leviathan from a past set, where when Stormtide Leviathan entered, you kept all of the sea creatures on the battlefield and uh, returned all the other cards. This one does essentially the same thing. So, and it's in foil. I'm really loving that. And Dwarf Berserker token.
All right. We'll just go for the last one. Bergstrider, our Coward, Gold Machampion, Deathknell Berserker,
Take these broken wings. The boys love it when I do that.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called.
Elderleaf Mentor,
He can't even talk. He loves it so much.
Bound in Gold, Ravenform, Vault Robber, Weathered Rhinestone.
I'm seeing a pattern here. Did you guys notice this? Keep going.
Bloodline Pretender.
Valkyrie's Sword.
Valkyrie's Sword.
That's literally the same 3 cards that we just had in the last pack.
Tundra Fumarole. And Snow-Covered Plains. And Revitalize. You gain 3 life, draw a card.
I love that card. I don't know why people don't.
Incidental life gain is good and limited, but I mean, if all you're doing is drawing a card and gaining 3 life, I'm not sold.
We didn't get a list card this time, but alright, we got Strategic Planning, Fearless Pup, Godtall Guardian, Undersea Invader, Demonic Gifts, Icehide Troll, Code Spell Cleric, Funeral Longboat, Sculptor of Winter, Shackles of Treachery, Arnie Slays the Troll, Port of Carfell, Cool Bordered Maja Bredgard Protector, Other creatures you control. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 white human creature token.
Nice.
Nice indeed. In Search of Greatness. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a permanent spell from your hand with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the highest converted mana cost among other permanents you control without paying its mana cost. If you don't, scry 1. And then a snow-covered island.
And let's just go with this one. Bye. So, Depart the Realm. Immerstern Raider, Dreadrider, Icehide Troll, Grizzled Outrider, Revitalize. Man, it's only 2 mana. Why don't you like that?
It's not worth a card. I would much rather have a creature that could do stuff than gain 3 life and replace itself.
Carfell Kennelmaster, Scorn Effigy, Blind the Monster.
What does it say?
Oh, Bind the Monster.
No, what does it do? I don't think we've seen one of those yet.
Oh, we just haven't read it. Enchant creature, and when it enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. It deals damage equal to its power.
No. It deals damage to you equal to its power. So it's gonna hurt you to put this on something, but sometimes you're gonna have to do it.
Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Roots of Wisdom. Troll the Forge Master. That's cool. It's a dwarf. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Surtland Frostpire. Ooh, another, Forging the Tire Sword. And Quakebringer.
This guy is powerful.
So, 5 mana. Your opponents can't gain life whatsoever. Bam! Shuts down a gain life deck. At the beginning of your upkeep, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. This ability triggers only if Quakebringer is on the battlefield, or if it is in your graveyard and you control a giant. Foretell 4. And then 5/4. Dang. And then Glacial Floodpan.
Yeah, so that's a huge payoff in that red-blue giant stack.
Yes, indeed.
And it shuts down your Revitalize.
We got a list. Seize the Spoils. Battlefield Raptor. I like that. Wither Crown. King Harold's Revenge. Harful Kennelmaster. Stalwart Valkyrie. Mistwalker. Oh, there's your Infernal Peculia. Shimmerdrift Vale. Another Snowland. Avalanche Caller. Crush the Weak. Gates of Itzfell. Rare is Mask Wood Nexus. Creatures you control are every creature type. Same is true for creature spells you control, and blue cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. You can tap 3 and this to create a 2/2 blue shapeshifter creature token with Changeling. That's cool. Yeah, snow-covered swamp. Oh, Magda, Brazen Outlaw. This is for the dwarf deck. Other dwarfs you control get +1/+0. Whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token. Sacrifice 5 treasures. Search your library for an artifact or dragon card. Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library.
There's that Dragon Lord. Alright, well, here's our last pack from all of our pre-release kits. Thanks for tuning in today, everybody. Once we're done with this stream, we're going to go build some decks and do some pre-release games. So, let's see what we get in this final pack. Valor of the Worthy, Littjara Kinseekers, Cinderheart Giant, Doomscar Oracle. Doomscar is another realm. Deathnell Berserker, Notvold Recluse, Frostbite, Run Ashore. Choose one or both. The owner of target non-land permanent puts it on the top or bottom of their library. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. But for 6 mana, that seems like a lot. Of course, if you're putting it on the bottom of their library, that's probably pretty good. Elderleaf Mentor, Provoke the Trolls. Divine Gambit, 2 white, sorcery. Exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment an opponent controls. That player may put a permanent card from their hand onto the battlefield. That does not seem like a good deal unless they don't have any cards in their hand. Frostpire Arcanist, Showcase Allrund, God of the Cosmos. 3 blue for a 1/1. Allrund gets +1/+1 for each card in your hand and each Foretold card you own in exile. At the beginning of your end step, choose a card type, then reveal the top 2 cards of your library. Put all cards of the chosen type into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. The backside we have Haka, Whispering Raven. 1 and a blue for a 2/3 flyer. When Haka Whispering Raven deals combat damage to a player, return it to its owner's hand, then scry 2. So, this side is setting you up for the other side when you go to play this card. So you play it early for the bird, hit them once, it goes in your hand, maybe play it again. The only problem, and it's letting you scry so you can set up for the effect on the front side. The only problem with this is it costs 2 mana, which is the same that it costs you to foretell a card, put it in exile. So it kind of messes with your curve that way, but flavorfully and mechanically, I think this one's a great card. Snow-Covered Forest and Fall of the Imposter. So this saga is 1 green/white. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature for number 1 and 2. And number 3, exile a creature with the greatest power among creatures target opponent controls. So a little bit of removal there with the foil saga. And once again, that was our last pack for today. I want to thank everybody for stopping in and checking out our stream. We got these pre-release kits over at our favorite Magic store, Dueling Land, in Aurora, Colorado. We will be running release events with these pre-release kits at Dueling Land this coming Friday night at 6:30 and the next day, Saturday, at 1 p.m. So if you're interested in playing, get in contact with the store. They will be posting a sign-up sheet on Twitter and Facebook so that you can sign up for the event so that you make sure you get a slot. We are limited to 16 players total for each event, so we'll have 32 slots available over the 2 days. But yeah, if you can, if you're interested, if you're local, please come on down, and we'd love to see you. Other than that, that's going to end our stream for today. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you